Zero. Hello and welcome to the Entrefluential Life podcast. I'm your host, John Tanner.
And I'm your co-host, Sebastian Tanner.
This is episode 61, where we're bringing you some new physical, mental, spiritual, and entrefluential wellness tips. Sebastian, how's your day going, buddy?
It's going great. Yeah, it's we slept in a little bit today, so we stayed up late. We took Tristan to the trampoline park yesterday, so we were bouncing around. Like they have different like ninja warrior obstacle courses, like a Ninja Warrior inspired type of theme.
Yeah.
And oh my God, like jumping around on there and
That's
trying to do
exciting.
that Ninja Warrior. It was fun, but it's exhausting. Like,
Yeah, I bet.
You watch that show and you're like, oh, just hang on a little bit longer. And like you go and do it for yourself, and it's not that easy.
Yeah.
So
it looks easier on TV,
fun.
right?
It looks so much easier on TV.
Yeah, you're like, dude, why did you miss that? What's wrong with you?
You're like, oh, you couldn't have held on by your fingertips for 5 seconds longer.
Like, seriously, right? I'm like, come on,
oh
man.
My gosh. I get so into it, and
yeah.
I'm watching them, and it's like, you don't even think, like.
Are those reruns that you're watching? Is that or new episodes? Like, I haven't seen that in forever.
I haven't seen it in forever either. It was reruns of the previous episodes. I remember years ago. It was years ago. We used to watch it together.
I was in law school with a guy who was a competitor on that. He's a lawyer now.
No way. At Florida Coastal?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we were in France together. We did a study abroad in France, and we went hiking mountains together.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is neat.
I know. It's cool, right? American Ninja Warrior candidate.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I know.
Oh man, that stuff is physically exhausting. Like you have to be in amazing shape to do those courses that they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a camp here in Jacksonville that trains for that.
No way.
Yeah.
I wonder if I saw something about that before. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we might have talked
about it. It's like a gym that like American Ninja Warrior gym. I think it's off of Blanding.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. I think I saw it off of Blanding Boulevard.
We've spoken about that. Man,
anyways, that's pretty cool, man. I haven't seen an episode in a long while, so I would like to see one again because, like, it's exciting, like you said, man. You get into it.
Oh, you really root for them. I mean,
yeah.
Those courses, especially if you remember Wipeout, like that show.
I vaguely remember Wipeout. Was that Nickelodeon?
Nah, I don't think it's Nickelodeon. It was like something that I used to watch back then when I would watch Nickelodeon and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if it was like on ABC or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was an obstacle course. And so it's a little bit different than Ninja Warrior because you're doing a lot of like
it was like
and stuff
bizarre,
like
crazy stuff.
It was crazy. It was just like an obstacle course.
Like some huge like plate or something, and you have to like balance yourself on it, run across it.
Or there's the one that they're trying to go across, and there's this wall that has little punching like a boxing glove. And it punches the people, so it's just punching in random spots, and they have to try to cross. And then behind them, there's mud. So if that thing punches you, you're falling in the mud. It's disgusting.
Oh, it's messy.
Oh man,
dude, that's great, man.
Oh my god, that's awesome. That show is so fun. Or you have to walk across like, not really like a tightrope, but they'll have these little structures on the ground. It's like an L shape, and then it goes in different forms. Like you have to walk across it. Some of them you walk across and it's like kind of spinning while you're walking on it.
Yeah.
It's like, it looks like a hot dog, like getting cooked, like they're running across that and then it's spinning. And they had one of those at the trampoline park yesterday. And I couldn't get 2 feet past it. I was like trying to go and I kept falling off. Like I try to step on it and get my balance. And then I immediately start going like this. And then at that point you're done. You're not catching that balance back.
But that sounds like so much fun, man. I wish I could have been there with you guys.
I know, me too. They have an arcade there too.
They have an arcade?
It was really cool. Yeah.
Oh wow. And, are there any old school games like Galaga?
No, it's a small arcade.
Oh, okay.
It's a really small arcade. It's kind of underwhelming a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
But they have laser tag, so that's
pretty cool. That's cool.
Yeah, we went there late.
This is like bowling.
Oh, I know.
Dude.
Oh man, we used to go bowling all the time.
Yeah, in the summer, like when you were a kid, that was like our thing.
I know. Grandma would come with us, and Grandpa.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was cool, man. That was cool. There's a bowling
pizza
alley pizza and fries and stuff.
Yeah.
There's this bowling alley that's from where we are now. It's probably around a half hour away. But we've gone there so many times that it's like, okay, now we're ready for the next thing. Like we want to try a different place because we always go there.
They redid the one over here, and now it's called Bolero, and it's got like neon balls and stuff like that.
Really?
Like I haven't been inside yet, but it looks really cool on the
That
commercials.
looks cool. That's
Yeah,
my type of bowling alley now. I like
yeah,
the when it gets nighttime and then they turn off the lights and they
I
have all
love
of the
that
neon
nighttime
colors.
bowling with the neon lights. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's my
super cool.
favorite.
So when I was in the Navy, I was in Meridian, Mississippi, and they had a
Yeah.
bowling alley. Dude, there was nothing to do, man. There was a mall, there was a Chili's, and there was
Oh
a bowling alley.
man.
That was it. And so like we would go to the bowling alley, but they had nighttime bowling with neon lights. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
this small town, like one
that's
horse
sick.
town, has got
Yeah.
neon bowling. I've never seen this before. I was like, this is
Well,
cool.
yeah, where there's like certain places up here they don't have that. Like you have to drive far to go over to a bowling alley like that,
Oh,
and we have a much bigger population. So the fact that you guys had that over there,
I,
it's
I
like
know. I know. They were
that
doing
is
something
sick,
right.
man. You know what? That makes me think of Stranger Things, the TV show.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, like 80s style.
Yeah.
Like I love that, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
oh, that and the OC.
mm,
The OC was like that era too, the 80s, 90s era.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
90s, more like 90s era. Yeah.
yeah.
They going to the clubs and having the bands playing in
Hmm.
the bars. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the nice lights. That's my favorite part is the ambiance. Like going somewhere, even a restaurant,
Yeah.
how they look at night is
Ambient
something that
lighting.
I like the ambient lighting. So I try to
Yeah.
find if they have like pictures on their website or on Google or whatever. I'll try to see if they have stuff like that. Or,
Okay.
like outdoor dining, something like with a fireplace. Like I definitely like the ambiance. But anyways, to stay on the point that I was trying to make was those neon lights kind of thing. Like I love when they have that at a bar at a restaurant, for example.
Mm-hmm.
This one place that we go for hot pot and sushi, they have this bar and it's like everything's like revamped, but they have the theme of it is kind of like superhero almost. They have like Iron Man in there, they have Spider Man, like half from their chest up, so it's like a little decoration that you can get for the house.
Oh,
So they'll have like different versions of Iron Man, they'll have Spider
okay.
Man, different things like that over there, and they have the bar. It has like the lights. It's right under the bar, so where you're sitting,
I
they
love
have the
that.
lights going all around.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's
that's cool.
really nice. The
That's
drinks where they have the drinks behind the bartender, those have ambient lighting there
oh
as
yeah, I like
well.
that too. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
nice to
so
see that. Yep.
I love I love things like that.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
But yeah, so that was pretty fun. We tried going to Top Golf first,
Hmm.
but we get over there and we're talking to the guy and he tells me it's a 3 to 4 hour wait.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is like, do you have a
No.
reservation? I said no. And when we pulled in, I mean, the parking lot was packed. It's like
Mhm.
there's this. I think they just opened this Top Golf over here not long ago. So I
Okay.
think everyone's that wants to go to
Yeah,
Top
yeah,
Golf
yeah. It's
is.
the rush, the newness rush.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
I saw a Lamborghini in there. There was a lot of people with
That's
money going
cool.
over there. I was like, man, you kidding me? But
Yeah.
yeah, 3 to 4 hour wait. So then we ended up doing the
That's probably
trampoline
the
park.
owner.
It, hey, maybe
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
nice. Like it's a little bit more updated than the one over in Jacksonville, right by the Esplanade.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah, the one right next to the town center.
Mhm.
Like this one, it looks a little bit different.
Okay,
So
cool. That's neat.
yeah, it's pretty
Well, when you
nice. I
do
haven't
go,
got to
like take
try it.
pictures, like so I can
Yeah,
see. Yeah,
I know.
yeah. That
Yeah,
we had a good time when we went with Grandpa and we were playing
that
mini
was
golf.
fun, and we did mini golf.
Yeah, that
Oh
was great.
man,
That
I
was
love the mini
absolutely
golf
really fun.
course. But they don't have that at this Top Golf.
Oh,
They don't
okay.
even have a mini golf course, so we couldn't
Yeah,
even do that if we wanted to.
probably because like you guys get snow over there, so you wouldn't even
Yeah,
be able to use it for like 5 months out of the year
yeah, but could
unless
the
it was
same not be
covered.
said for the driving range? I
Isn't
guess
that
maybe it's a
covered?
little bit
Well, yeah, the
different.
driving. Yeah, but I guess I guess, man. I guess so. Right?
I mean,
They
mini
clean it up on
golf,
a daily
you would
basis.
probably need to have it cleaned more than the driving range. Like
Yeah. Was the driving
you're just
range
hitting the
open?
balls over there.
Was the
It
driving
was
range
open.
open? Was there anything covering it?
I think they have the same setup as Town Center.
Yeah, so it's
It's the same
open. They
exact.
just have the
Yeah,
nets to catch the balls.
exactly. So
Okay.
it's I don't know what they're gonna do about it in the wintertime. They're
Yeah.
gonna have to be plowing
Maybe
snow.
they might shut down and just have the interior part open.
Yeah, it
Maybe.
would make sense for
'Cause-
them to have it closed off because then you can have it year round.
yeah, I
But
know. Yeah.
I'm assuming that they're gonna be snow plowing or something like that. That's what like down there. You guys are gonna mow the lawn up here. Wintertime hits and you gotta get
Snowplow.
the snow lawnmower,
Snow mower, yeah, snow blower.
the snow blower.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, we can get into the physical tip of the day.
Yeah,
That's
let's
pretty
go.
much it.
Let me open up the screen, and then that way I can share the screen. Hold on one second.
Did you see the food that I made last night?
Oh yeah, it looked like some Peruvian food.
Yeah, it was Peruvian chicken. It was like more so Peruvian inspired because
Okay,
there's a couple ingredients that I couldn't get. So,
okay.
it's not completely authentic, but it was delicious, man. We made the chicken in the oven with some rice to go on the side, and then I made that green sauce, and it was that sauce could go on anything.
Yeah, Sebastian, I saw it. It looked pretty good, man.
Thanks.
That's pretty cool. I don't know how to cook anything that's Peruvian. That's for sure.
Honestly, the recipe is pretty easy. Even though I didn't have all the ingredients, like it's really simple. And in that case, if you want to make it super authentic, you just swap a couple things out. The sauce is made in the blender. It was like 5 ingredients for the sauce. Cilantro, use a cup of cilantro, use a jalapeno or two, depending on how much of the sauce you want to make. But cilantro, jalapeno, garlic cloves. In this recipe, we use mayo. So I think with authentic ones, I was reading that there's people that are from Peru that will make it with mayo, and then some that say you shouldn't make it at all with mayo. So I think it's definitely not 100% authentic, but if some of them are making it like that, then I guess it's not totally wrong. Um, there's just different consistencies that you'll get with the sauce depending on what you use, from what I saw. But
Okay.
it's pretty simple. Like you use that, and then I think you just use some lime juice, and that's pretty much the whole sauce.
Yeah, honestly, man, I don't remember being a big fan of Peruvian food that I had, and I only had it, like
No.
a handful of times. I mean, really, like just a small handful of times. Like ceviche, I wasn't a big fan of it. I guess maybe because
Well,
of the
you don't eat sushi though, so that's the thing. Is like a true ceviche is like sushi.
well, it has a lot of lime juice. The what I had had a lot of lime juice in it, and I don't like. Like I'll like a little bit of lime juice with certain things, but not.
Right.
I just it was too overwhelming for me to eat fish like that. Like I just didn't really care for it.
Yeah, I think that's how
Right
it
now, I
it
love
pretty
sushi.
much.
I love freaking sushi. But there's a big difference between eating ceviche with a lime flavor and eating sushi with the soy sauce.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, the thing with ceviche is that it's the I think the whole thing of it is it's how much lime that they use. Like it's very overpowering. So if you don't like that at all, then
Yeah,
you're not gonna like ceviche
yeah,
because it's like it's
yeah.
almost like the fish is in a way it's cooking in that lime and lemon
That's
juice
right.
or
That's
whatever.
exactly what it is. And my friend Cartoon is
So
Peruvian, right? And he's the one who like took me
yeah,
to go
that's
to
right.
this. He took me to a Peruvian restaurant when I was like 20 years old, and I
Yeah,
tried it and I ate it, but I just wasn't a fan of it. So I never wanted to
right.
eat it again after that.
Yeah,
I
it's
probably ate it one more time. I probably had it twice in my whole life.
yeah. The thing is, you
And
can try
I'll be
like
50 in August, so like from 20 to 50, that's 30 years. That's a long. That's pretty
yeah.
much a long time. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm pretty
If you
sure I don't
try,
really care for it.
I know, but that's like, I think it's like up to people's taste buds. Like, there's going to be people that hate it and then people that love it. Like,
Exactly. My
um,
mom, your grandma loves it. She loves
yeah,
Peruvian food.
she
She loves that. Like I've
does.
had a couple of other Peruvian dishes because Tom's wife, ex-wife, is Peruvian. Um, Vivian's
Oh,
mom.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
Millie, and she
Really?
had made some
Yeah.
dishes, and I tried, and I wasn't a big fan of that either. It had
Did
like
she
some
ever make
yellow,
lomo saltado?
huh?
Did she ever make lomo saltado?
She made papas a la huancaína.
Okay, so lomo saltado is like a steak stir fry. I think you would like that a little bit more because you get
That
rice and
that
then you
sounds
have
like I would
steak with.
like it. Yeah, yeah. Steak stir
Oh,
fry sounds
it's
good.
amazing. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There's
Yeah.
it's basically like it's pieces of steak, then you have tomato and onions. It's
Okay.
and then the sauce that comes with it is what's like the star
I,
of the dish.
I could get
So
behind that.
that one's good. A steak stir fry is good. Papa la huancaína is a little bit. I think she made that for us when I was there, right? And then
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't a
we
fan of it.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah, that's like some Peruvian dishes are unique. you know.
Yeah. Well, you're
It's
half
like,
Peruvian, so you'll like it more than I will. It's in your
I know,
DNA.
I guess that it is in my DNA. That's why I love ceviche. I'm like, man, I love it. We tried it the other day at a Mexican place.
Yeah,
It's a little bit different, but I love it. I'm telling you.
that's cool.
Whew, I love it. All right. So we have the Assassin's theme workout up on the screen right here for everyone to see. So I think it'll be a good time for us to get started with that physical tip of the day. It's
Yeah,
another, oh, this one's Dare Be workout. Okay.
yeah,
So usually we have Nyla Ray and Dare Be as well. So they have a lot of great content when it comes
yeah,
to these themed workouts. We have levels 1, 2, and 3. Level one is 3 sets, level two 5 sets, and then the third level is going to be 7 sets. In between the sets, you're going to rest for up to 2 minutes. So if you can rest a little bit shorter, go ahead. If you feel like you're ready after a minute, or if you're ready after 30 seconds, even whatever's comfortable, whatever's comfortable for you. But I wouldn't go anything past 2 minutes. You
yeah,
start off with 40 jumping tees. So instead of doing a full range of motion jumping jack, you're just going to bring your arms out to your side on the plane of your shoulder. You'll do 40 of those. The second exercise is 10 box jumps. I love these because this is like that plyometric type of workout.
mm-hmm.
The third exercise, 40 high knees. The fourth, you're going to do a 30-second wall sit. Then you're going to move on to 10 push-ups. And this
Ooh,
one, let me zoom in on this. It
floor
looks like
taps.
that military style again
Yep.
for the push-ups. So 10 military style push-ups. Then you're going to do 10 floor taps. That one, I guess it's kind of going to give you a little bit of a break after you did the wall sit and then the push-ups. The
Yeah,
10 floor taps, like, I guess you're
yeah.
just standing up
That's
upright. I haven't done these before.
that's good for your quads, I guess. And
Yeah,
your
it's
quad.
like another squat type of.
Yeah,
You
like a
can
squat.
treat it
Yeah,
like a squat.
yeah,
Exactly. So you have the 10 floor taps. After this, you're going to do a 30-second elbow plank.
yep.
I'm glad that it's not a minute because if
So
I this is one of them that I want to do.
so every other day, like so Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, when I'm doing my shoulders, my row, I do the lats and I do the row, and then
Yeah.
I do a 30-second plank like this, and I do 30 seconds of climbers, 30 climbers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's great, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I
I
do
love
three
those
sets of
mountain
them.
climbers. That's
So
really good.
yeah, and then I do 50 sit-ups. So I do so
Yeah, that's
so I do
solid.
10 lat pull downs,
Yep.
10 rows, which
Yep.
works on your chest, right, and your back and shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely
Your
back
the row
biased.
the row
Yeah.
is definitely working on your back muscles, right,
Yes.
and
Yep.
your shoulders. Okay, so I
Yeah.
do
Yep. And
10
hitting those
10,
rear delts too. Yeah.
right, and then I
Yeah.
do the 30-second elbow plank, 30 climbers, and then I go back and do the set all over again 3 times, and then when I'm done, then I do 50 sit-ups.
That's a good circuit.
Yeah, and I do
I
half an
like that.
hour of incline walk all the way up to
Yeah.
15. So I do 5, 10, 15, 10, 5, 0 for 30 minutes.
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a
good
good workout.
workout. I
That's
like that,
my
especially the
Tuesday,
incline
Thursday,
walk
Saturday
too.
workout. On Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Yeah.
I run outside for half an hour, pretty much like around the mall. And when I come back
Yep.
in, I do shoulders. I mean, I do biceps, triceps, shoulders,
Hmm.
and push-ups and sit-ups.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay,
I
I'm sorry,
remember I
man.
used
Go
to
ahead,
do I
continue
used to
on.
do it with
I got
you.
carried away because I saw those. I'm like, yeah, I do those.
No, it's cool. I like the routine. I remember when we run around the town center. That'd be fun. And then
Yeah,
you can see those nice clothing
I
stores
love that.
and
Yeah, I know,
oh
man.
man,
There's
you're
this
like you get inspired.
at Brooks Brothers. They have two dummies with tuxedos on in the window.
Oh,
I'm like,
yep.
dude, those tuxedos are for Sebastian and me.
Oh yeah.
All
Oh man. I love it. I love
right,
it. I
so
want
what's
to
our
get some
last
nice.
exercise?
The last one after the 20 climbers, you're going to be doing 10 plank jump ins.
Boy, that
So
looks tough.
it's going to be a tough last 3 exercises
But you don't.
because you're doing the 30-second
Oh,
plank.
okay. You don't stand up on it. You just kick your feet out and
Yes,
then come back to a squat position. That's
exactly.
tough.
So it's basically like if you take that mountain climber and that plank, you put them together, and instead of using one leg at a time. You're using both of those legs. You're
Yeah.
jumping up, and you're not going all the way up like a burpee. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit different because you're staying in that plank position
Yeah.
after doing planks and the mountain climbers, and you're doing this.
That's a good
So it's
workout.
gonna be, yeah, it's a great workout. I love it.
I think definitely all of these workouts will definitely make your abs stronger, your legs. Definitely work on your legs on these, and your
Absolutely. I
chest,
mean, it's like calisthenics.
arm.
It's
Your,
all in a way. It's so related to calisthenics. The things that you're
yeah,
doing with this, it's
it's
like
a
these
hit
body
workout.
weight workouts.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're doing the push-ups. You're doing the planks. You're doing the squats. That's what the calisthenics, like those athletes, they're not really using weights as much. They're not like bodybuilders, for example. They can have bodies that look like a bodybuilder, you know what I mean? But they're not really focusing so much as what they can do with weights as what they can do with their own body. Like when they do the planche and different things like that, I mean, this it's really intense. I think it's amazing. They can do a lot of pull-ups, a lot of things like that, a lot of dips. It's all body weight stuff, and that's probably harder to do than pushing weights itself.
Yeah, I definitely think that people enough like people don't do enough calisthenics, and I think every exercise really should start with calisthenics, and then you get into weightlifting.
Yeah, I think so too.
I used
To
to
be able to
they
control your
that's
body
how we
is
would do it in the
intense.
army before, but I don't do it
Oh,
anymore. I do what I told you,
yeah, right.
but it is good for you, man. Anyway, so I don't know why I'm clicking on this picture and it just won't maximize. So can you just
Oh,
read
well, we
the
can see it. Yeah,
yeah.
that'll be fine. The audience can still see it up there. So we're moving on to our mental tip of the day, and we have a quote. Do you know who this quote is by?
Nah, it doesn't have a name.
It's by
Unknown.
hashtag motivation.
Hashtag motivation. Six are sourced by Pinterest.
Oh man, that's funny. So this quote says, "It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well. The goal is to stay disciplined when things get tough." So that one's that one's great because like especially for me, when I had jobs previously and it started to get hard, or I thought I was getting good at it, and then I ran into some other problems like with the garage doors. That's like that was where my test was to stay disciplined when things are tough, because when you start off and you think about like, okay, I got a new job opportunity, I can make more money than the previous job, you get really excited and you get really eager and thinking about the things that you can buy with that money. But then you go and do the work, and then it's like, okay, you have some easy days and then you have some hard days, and you're like, okay, now it feels like every job back to back I have to customize something, and it's not just going super easy like with a cookie cutter garage. Some of the garages are different, the amount of space that you can work in can be different. So you run into those situations, and then that kind of like that motivation when you first started, it gets tested,
Yeah.
because you're like, okay, do I want to? You have to think on your feet, and so it's like sometimes you can get really frustrated on the job, and then you want to like, oh, do I want to quit? Blah blah blah, negativity. So that's something I didn't have when I was younger. Is like to keep working with a job even though I got tired of it. Constantly having that income coming in is very important to be able to have our own place and things like that. So to keep it short, um,
You
I've
gotta
experienced this a lot. So you
yeah,
have to stay disciplined whenever you
yeah.
get tested, because then you get past that, and then it's like, oh, all of a sudden they're the
Everything's
miracle
fine again.
worker. Like they can get through that. Like, okay, this one, none of our employees can solve this problem, but this guy or this girl can do it. Like she'll figure it out. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So things like that is like then people look at you differently, because like, oh man, time got hard for her. Times got hard for him, but they're able to figure it out and to
Yeah.
kind of remain collected, and they remember, okay, what's the goal out of this?
Mm-hmm.
Is it's a hard time going to come? It most certainly is, because that's part of life.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to actually go through that, because it's one thing
Yeah.
to talk about it like, oh yeah, I'm ready for the next job that comes in, it's going to be hard. And then I got tested, I was like, okay, I was talking crap, but now I'm in a position where this job's taking me a lot longer than it should, and I get frustrated, and it's like, okay, I have to be a little bit more humble. It's like, okay, I'm grateful for this position that I have. I'm grateful to be doing this or whatever. I learned how to solve this. The next time I see it, I'll have the experience, so I'll be able to solve that problem. So
Right.
it's hard. It's one thing to think about it and talk about it.
Yep.
It's a much
Easier
different
said
thing
than
to
done.
exactly. It's so much easier said than done. You
Yeah.
know, it's a different beast when you go through it. So
Yeah.
I love
But
that mental
what
tip.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yeah, and your perspective on it, like that's when you have that perspective, that's when you can get stronger from it. When
Yeah.
you have a weaker mindset, then you can let something like that defeat you, and
Mhm.
instead of building up your character,
Right.
it can do the opposite. So
Yeah.
I love this quote. I love this quote a lot. That one
Yeah.
is, it's so like in every aspect of our life it applies. So
For everyone.
yeah,
It applies to
for
everyone.
anything, for everyone, and for anything that you can go through. If it's
Yeah.
job, if it's yourself,
Everything.
it
Doesn't
doesn't
matter what your
matter.
job is. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it.
It doesn't
I
matter if
think
you're a
like
student or if you're working. Everybody's gonna face challenges and difficulties,
yeah,
and you got to push through.
yeah. As a student, then
It's called
you
resilience.
might be excelling. It's resilience. Like
Yep.
you have to have that. Even in schooling, like you're learning something and you learn the past couple of
Even
lessons
in relationships,
easily.
Sebastian.
It's literally it's
Relationships
everything.
have good days and bad days, and you've got to be resilient to work through the bad days, knowing that those good days are ahead.
Exactly. Exactly. I love this quote, man. That
Yeah.
was a great quote. It applies. I love
So
when it can apply to everything.
wouldn't it be cool to have like a poster like this with all these quotes, and then that would change behind,
Yes.
like every day it's a new one that pops up.
Oh man, that
You know
would
how they
be
have those little
good.
digital frames?
I like that.
Like,
Yep.
wouldn't that be cool if they have a big one with
I have
motivational?
that on my phone with my Fitness Pal. Like, I
Oh,
mean,
do you?
sorry, not my Fitness Pal. I can use it with my Fitness Pal, but it's with the motivation app. It shows me
Oh,
different quotes all the time.
oh, that's
It's
cool.
constantly shuffling through. So to have that in the background, that would be amazing.
Wow, right?
Yeah, we could probably order something like that. I mean, I'm sure you can find things like that on Amazon.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you have a TV screen, you could technically have the app on the TV screen. Like if you have an app
Yeah.
store,
Yep. Yeah.
you know.
We could all.
Hey, you
Yeah.
know what I want to
You
try
could
is
shuffle through them.
I heard somebody tell me about the the Apple goggles.
Oh, the VR.
Yeah, the VR. I
Yeah,
think
the
it's like the
headset.
VR Pro or something.
Hmm.
It's insane, man. It's a computer system, and then like you do things with your fingers to work the keyboard.
Yeah, I know.
I want that. It's
It's
like
really
three
cool.
thousand bucks.
Uh, wow, 3,000?
Yeah,
Wow. I
super
haven't
expensive,
looked at the
but
price.
it's a
I knew it was
computer, and it
expensive.
like just boom,
Wow.
like wow.
That's like Ready Player One.
Yeah,
You know that
exactly.
movie? Like you just have it on and
I
you,
want
you
this
can,
thing, man. I want to
yeah,
try it out. It's gonna be sick.
it's cool.
It's like
Yeah,
Minority Report.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh man, with Tom Cruise?
yeah.
Oh man,
That's a
that
good
was
movie,
a
right?
good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
All right.
movie.
You know what else I want to see is I want to see the holographs like in iRobot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even though I'm
Yep,
not
it
a
was
fan of
good
Will
with Will
Smith
Smith.
anymore after the stupid thing that he did with the Oscars or whatever, that was a damn good movie.
That was a good movie. They have another Bad Boys movie coming out. Him and Martin Lawrence.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just had one Bad Boys for Life, and now it's Bad Boys Ride or Die. It's coming out soon.
Wow. And
Yeah,
Martin Lawrence, he's funny, man.
he's
All right, I'm going to go ahead and
hilarious.
get into the spiritual tip
Spiritual
of the
tip of the
day.
day.
So,
Yes.
for those of you who are new to our show, there's 66 books in the Bible, and these books break down a summary of the 66 books. And so right now it's called Living the 66 Books of the Bible by Dr. David Jeremiah. And this one here, we're gone like well over half the book already. And we're going to be
I
reading
know.
the summary of Second Corinthians. It's a 2-page
I
summary,
love seeing the artwork
many
on there.
pages. And
Oh
so,
man,
yeah, right? Isn't it so pretty?
it's beautiful. I'm gonna
It
be
is
sad when we
very,
finish
very well
these.
done.
I'm
Very
gonna be sad
classy.
when it's not a part of the show anymore.
What's that?
It is classy. I'm gonna be sad when we don't have these anymore. Like when we
This?
finish the
Yeah,
book.
well, this one's called Living the 66 Books of the Bible, but there's another book that's a red book, and it's something else, the 66 Books of the Bible.
By Dr. David Jeremiah.
Yeah, a whole another
Oh yeah.
66
I
summaries. Yeah. I think it's called
okay.
Knowing the 66 Books of the Bible. This one's Living the 66 Books. How to apply it in your life.
Wow.
So I don't know. We got to go back to
Yeah.
the other one. The other one came first, and this
That's
is the second
cool.
one, I think. So
Really?
so there's another one. And then he's got
Oh.
all kinds of great content, right? So, like, I mean, we could, like, just go on and on. I could go on forever,
yeah.
baby.
I could go on forever. No, I love it because it's like it makes it clear and concise. Something that I struggle to do when I'm trying to explain something. Sometimes I rumble on. Like his interpretations of the
Short and
Bible,
sweet.
and it's short and sweet.
Yeah.
It's retainable. I love it.
It's interesting that we're talking about being, short and sweet, because I'm reading a book right now that is for business, to guide yourself, to guide your company and small business owners to develop their business. And one of the things we're talking about marketing was that you have to keep your messages short and sweet, because people are just bombarded with messages all the time. And so if your message is too complicated, we tune you out.
That's how it is.
Yep.
It's like a hook. It's like when you try to make that lead hook in a book, right? When you're starting a chapter or whatever it is, or you're trying to make a title that's going to grab their attention and make them want to read that book.
Yeah.
That's how the advertisements have to be, because I have something called diarrhea of the mouth that my mom would tell me all the time. And I'm working on it, and now I can be more conscious.
Yeah, they also call that word vomiting.
It's word vomiting. Yeah. It is.
When you just go on and on and on and on. Yeah. And you don't know when to turn it off.
And so when you don't know when to turn it off, when you're advertising your business or whatever it is, you're going to lose the customers, because they just want to see, tell me what I need to know. And that's it. Yeah. So
just give me the bullet points.
Like with work. Exactly. Give me tell me okay,
I'm
gonna springs. These are broken.
Listen, I used to be the same way, man. I used to, and I still can be. I mean, truth be told,
it's the Tanner gene. Do Tanners talk a lot? We all do.
So we have to just be mindful of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think the more you practice. So
without further ado,
let's get into it.
Here's the summary. Okay, so here we go. 2 Corinthians. When you open the pages of 2 Corinthians, you're almost reading the personal journal of Paul. More than anywhere else, Paul opened up here about his stresses, struggles, fears, and frustrations. In some passages, he defended himself against critics. And in other places, he discussed how discouragement would never stop him. This is an invaluable letter for anyone who feels under siege while in the Lord's work. That doesn't mean 2 Corinthians is sad and defeatist. Rather, here we learn how Paul dealt with times when he was troubled on every side. Outside were conflicts, inside were fears. He trained himself not to lose heart. Even though our outward man is perishing, yet the inward man is being renewed day by day. Well, we do not look at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, talking about heaven. The secret to daily renewal is seeing those things that are unseen. We have to focus our thoughts on God, who is invisible to us, on Christ, who is unseen by us at the moment, on the angelic forces around us, on our eternal home. We also have to take God's promises as given, trusting him to bring about his visible results in his own timing, even if we see little visible progress at the moment. When you're overwhelmed with life, remember that Paul sometimes felt the same. Yet he would not give up, and he did not lose heart. Neither should you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. I love this, because we need real world examples to show that these things happen in life. You go through struggles, you go through challenges, you go through trials and tribulations. Yeah. But we're not the only ones who did. The first 12 disciples went through challenges too. They had good days and they had bad days like everybody else. And if they got through this 2,000 years ago, we can get through it too. And we can rely on God and his word and his promises to strengthen us in our times of challenge. They give us hope, which is a confident expectation. And we need to lean on that hope to pull us through those tough times. And whenever people have a question about life, like, why is this happening? How do I deal with this challenge? You can always go to the Bible and look up the in the concoction. I think it's called the concordance. Look at the concordance and look up the key words that you're that you're dealing with, like stress, anxiety, fear, whatever. And you'll find all the Bible verses in the book that go to read and give you words of encouragement, because these words are encouraging. They're absolutely encouraging. And one of my things I was thinking about the other day is if you look at these Bible stories just from a worldly view, as a book for motivation, right? Like a personal development book,
Yep.
It's perfect for doing that. It's absolutely perfect. It is the most perfect
Yeah.
book in my experience, my life journey that I've discovered for positive reinforcement, for self development, personal development, for character development. It is the perfect book for all of that,
Yeah.
but better than anything else out there. But then, and above that, we have a short span of life. It goes by very quick. It doesn't feel
Yep.
like that when you're young, but when you get to my age, you realize how fast it's going. And when you get to my parents' age,
Yeah.
the last quarter of their life, 75 plus years old, you realize how fast it really is moving and how short time
Yeah.
our time on earth is. And then so you're going to be thinking about the question of what's life after death. And so that
Right.
this gives you a confident expectation, a confident hope that there's a good life for you, a great life for you, as a matter of fact, if you have faith in
Yeah.
God, if you believe in Jesus. And so I hope that, I pray that for everybody, because the people that tend to have this kind of a lifestyle, when they die very peacefully, as opposed to people who
Hmm.
die without faith. They die very scared, very afraid of what's going to happen when they die. And I don't want anybody to go that route. I want them to all be saved. So, anyways, I find joy in it. I hope people find joy in it. I definitely find comfort in it. And people can find comfort in it for two things. Number one, like I said, life, the future life,
Yep.
and also for personal development. All right, Sebastian, what do you got for
Yeah.
our key takeaways?
It's a great book. Right before I get into that, like I agree with you 100%. It gives you a great sense of peace of mind when you're coming to that age, and even for someone like me who I'm gonna be 24, and I'm like, man, that's. I remember being 16, talking to you like, oh, I can't wait till I'm 18, and I can't wait to do this, and now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, where did 16 to 24 go? Because that was 8 years, you know, and
Yeah,
I'm like, wow, that's a,
yeah, like
even
this.
this year is going by fast, and it's because like when you start having adult responsibilities and working and stuff like that. So I think like this can be applied for people around my age. You have to be able to take it serious, do what you need to do, handle like your job, work a lot, but at the same time take some time to reflect on how fast life is moving, because like you have to enjoy the process of it. I
Yeah,
would say like not to
yeah.
be in a rush to get that house or whatever. Like we just got approved for our first apartment.
I
I'm
know.
so
I'm so
excited for
proud
that.
of you
Like
for
I'm
that.
ready. Thank you. I'm so like I it's
It's a
like
big deal,
it's a huge deal. It's a
especially
huge
with
deal.
what you've been through in the last 6 months.
Exactly. So I can't really believe it. Like
Yeah,
I feel more excited than Michaela is because she's still processing it. But
yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna hit that moment where I'm
It's a big
processing it
deal.
when we're
I
moving
mean,
in there. You
you
know?
you took off and you left to Boston, and both your parents are here in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Exactly. I don't have my family up here, so it's if I
And
needed
then
to
now you'll have a
fall
place for me
back.
to come visit.
Exactly. Exactly. We can go and do cool stuff. I'll show you Boston and things like
Yeah,
that.
finally.
We can go on a boat. That would be really nice. Like they have so many boats you can charter.
Oh, that's
They do a
cool.
tour of Boston that you can do. They have all types of stuff. They even have like a ghost tour thing, like
I want to
visiting
do that.
gravestones.
And I
That
want to
one,
see all the
yeah.
Christian monuments, because there's like a tour, a
Yes.
pilgrim's tour. I want to do
Oh
that.
yeah, that's right. Yep. They have
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff, man. They have duck
yeah,
boats where you can be on the road and then go into the water.
yeah,
So things like that's really cool. But
yeah.
it's all happening so fast. So
And some of the oldest records from nautical records from captains of ships are
that will be
recorded there
really cool to look at
in
that.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, that is neat. I like things like that.
Yeah,
It's really cool. So yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have
yeah,
fun when you visit, and we're gonna visit down there too. Um,
yes.
it's sweet. I'm excited. It's gonna have a fireplace, a patio. It's gonna be really
Oh, it has
nice.
a
Whole
fireplace.
kitchen and
Oh,
everything. Yeah, it
wow.
has a
Okay, I
fireplace
can't wait to
too.
see pictures. Okay.
Yeah, when we decorate for Christmas, and then we have the
Oh, that's
stockings
gonna
on
be
top of the
awesome, man.
fireplace,
That's when I need to
right?
go visit you for Christmas. Get the heck
Yep,
out of this
it's gonna be
hot place.
sweet. I know. Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
gonna be
really get
nice.
colder until January.
It doesn't. It like in Jacksonville, I would say it is better than South Florida because you actually experience some cold.
Winter, yeah. Mhm.
Like you experience a winter over there.
Yeah.
But over
It's not the
here,
same.
when you have the snow and everything,
That's
it
a whole
really
different thing.
feels. It's
Yeah.
nice.
It's
The
like a
snow, like
Hallmark movie.
it is when it falls fresh. After a week of the snow, and then it's getting all dirty from the cars, like driving, and the roads are dirty, and then it looks
Yeah.
like brown the snow.
Yeah.
We're not in the
Not
Hallmark
so
vibe
much.
anymore. Yeah. But I love
Cut.
it, man. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have to resume when it snows again.
Right.
Oh man, like when that snow falls fresh, it's beautiful. Like
Nice.
when it just snowed yesterday or it's snowing in the present day, it's beautiful. You're
Beautiful.
watching the
Yeah.
snowflakes coming down and you see the
Hmm.
snow piling up on the grass.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I,
I'll get
yeah.
excited.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
I
All
want
right.
to
So
go
give us our key
sledding.
takeaways.
Yep. So the key theme is stresses and struggles in the work of Christ are real, but they're temporary. Service in the cause of Christ is glorious and eternal. So the things that you're going through while you're
Yeah.
serving him, it's temporary hardships,
Yeah.
but you have eternal glory at the end of that. So
Yeah.
you have a peace of mind that you have somewhere to go when you die, because it's a scary thought. And
Yeah.
it could happen at any time, any day. It's not just when you get turned 100 or something. Like it can happen
Right.
whenever.
It can happen
So
today.
enjoy, yeah, enjoy what you've been through and what you have right now.
Yeah.
And remember, like the work that you're doing, it's for an eternal glory. Like you
Yeah.
have a purpose for it, and the
Yeah.
prize is going to be eternity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think inside of that, there's also like, don't stock up. There's a Bible verse that says, "Don't store up yourself treasures on earth that the moths are
right,
going to eat and it's going to rust and dissipate."
right,
But in heaven, store your treasures in heaven, and by that, the treasure in heaven to me means that go help people save their lives, their souls, because when
hmm,
when when the second coming happens, when Jesus judges, when God comes on earth, back to earth and judges
yep,
humanity, there's a lot of people that are going to be thrown into the cast of fire, the lake of fire, which is hell, and
yeah,
you don't want to be in there, And so that, like, if you don't believe that that's true, okay, well, you're taking a big risk of
it
spending
is.
in hell. For those of us who
And
believe, and we've been believing for thousands of years,
yep,
we've 2,000 since Jesus came in, 4,000 years before that, we've had believers, 6,000 years. For 6,000 years, most of us have been carrying this belief. We're probably right. You know,
yeah,
you don't want to be wrong on that one.
it's not
So
a bad way to live, no matter what, is what I
yeah,
always say. Like it's the
100%, man.
best
You
self
can't
help.
go
Like
wrong.
yeah,
You can't.
you
What's it
know,
going to do? What are you going to sacrifice? You're going to sacrifice, living your
being a
own
bad
personal,
person or
you're
something.
filling your own pleasures, which are
Yeah,
selfish.
yep,
How's that going to be? How's that beneficial to anybody around you? Nobody's going to want to be
exactly.
around you if you're like self-serving all the time. You know. Anyway, so I think that's all included
Yeah,
in that verse that you just shared.
absolutely. And so the next one that we have is our key challenge from this summary. We have when overwhelmed, change your focus from the seen to the unseen. So I think that's like relying back on your faith.
Yeah.
You have to change your focus
Yeah.
back to your faith and what you're
Yeah.
believing in.
Yep.
The key verse, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, is working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. This is from 2 Corinthians verse 4:17.
Yeah.
The key,
So
I like that.
yes, can you read it again one more time?
Yeah, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment,
Yeah.
is working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Yeah. So, gosh, man, that like I'm thinking about this. There was this person who, a state representative here in the United States. His daughter and son-in-law were doing missionary work in Haiti.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think it was last Sunday or the last Saturday. It was about a week ago. They were murdered by gang members. And so I can only imagine,
Wow.
that their pain was brutal. It was terrible. It was horrific for them. I'm certain that it was horrific. But that affliction
Yeah.
that they went through in the grand scheme of things was a short period, and all the work that they did before they died was eternal. So everybody they helped
Yes.
in Haiti, all
You're
the
right.
people that they served in Haiti, will eternally be grateful and beneficial for their sacrifice. And that's just another thing, man. Like there's still martyrdom, like there's still Christians being persecuted when they're trying to help, and that's another. I think that's another barometer, another gauge to show like that there is good and evil in the world. Because if somebody's offering up their personal lives as a sacrifice to serve God, to help other people, to serve other people, they don't have to do it. They do it because they have a good heart. And then for
Yeah.
some other people to come and kill them, that shows that there's good and evil in the world.
There has to be evil for something like that because you're
Yeah.
not doing anything but serving other people. Like when
Even
you do a
animals
life
have
of
more
missionary work,
character than that, right?
yeah, yeah,
You know, like,
in an
okay,
actual
I'm
way,
a
yeah.
lion and I'm going to eat this gazelle because I'm starving. And if I don't eat it, I'm going to die, right? That's brutal. But at least there's like a cause and effect there that's normal. And I mean, it can be normalized in the circle of life. But that,
For the animal kingdom, it's
yeah,
different. Like
it's the circle of
that
life,
makes
right?
sense. It
But
is.
this random freaking game to go in there and kill these poor people and who knows what else they did before they killed them, that's brutal and evil.
And it's also is stopping them from doing future work for other people as well.
100%. Yes.
So
I mean, and they're
everything that
hurting
they
the
were gonna do
families
after that,
too. I
it's
mean, come
done.
on.
Yes, it's
Although there's a
it
lot of
affects. It's
ramifications,
a ripple.
consequences involved with that act, you know?
It's not only affecting their family, but it's affecting the families that they can no longer help. And there's people
Yeah.
in, like maybe there's nobody else that can go and help them out. You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
so
those
maybe
people are
they were
certainly
the
not
ones
helping
doing it.
others. They're, you know,
No,
instead of being part of the solution, they're just being more part of the problem in society and in their own damn
yeah,
country,
and
you know?
that's evil. It's evil.
Yeah.
You
It is
know,
evil. That's
it's
evil. That's evil. And there's a lot of that that goes around the world. It's not just Haiti. It goes on all over the world.
it's
It's
putting
not
a stop to that positivity. That's the helping hand. It's
right.
putting a stop, and it's killing that helping hand. Not even just like threatening them,
No.
like, oh, if you don't leave here,
It's
you're
it's
gonna.
a it's
It,
straight up
it's
attacking.
permanently
Yeah.
destroying.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the impact that they were making, now like the hope that those other people had, like, oh, they're coming to my country or they're coming over here to my town,
Well,
they're
obviously
gonna
that
help
creates
us
more
out.
fear.
It does.
Yeah. Now,
And
how many people are going to sign up to go volunteer over there? Right. I mean, they're gonna. I mean, it'll be real hard to get people to
exactly,
go back over there to volunteer when their lives are straight up at risk.
exactly.
You know, so the
So
consequences are dire. You know.
yeah, it
It's a lot.
prevents
It's
them.
evil,
It's
man.
like
It's just. I mean, how else can you describe it other than using one word, and that's evil.
exactly.
You know. Anyways, so
That's
I
sad.
think that for those of us who are Christians, we just have to continue to remember, like that verse that you just said, is
Yeah.
that our afflictions are short-lived,
Yeah.
but the things that we do to serve God, to serve humanity, last for an eternity, forever.
Exactly.
And so that's why I don't care. I've got people following me on Instagram that are straight up evil, and I
Yeah.
think they're following me because one of them specifically, one person that I had to unfollow, mocks Christians. They make comics out of Christians,
Wow.
and so I unfollowed that person, so that I blocked them from following me because I don't want to be their content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And also like it's probably so you can be their content. It makes me
Yeah.
curious, why would they follow you in the first place? And one thing that
But
I
the
think
devil's
of
going to
is the
use
evil
people to
eye.
attack us.
He does, and they
Yeah.
put the evil eye on you. They wish bad on what you're
Yeah.
doing. They
Yeah.
wish bad that if you're spreading the
They
right
want you to
message,
fail.
they want you to fail. They're
Yeah.
gonna have negative energy that's towards
Yep.
you, and if it's strong
But
enough,
yeah, no, but
it
our
could,
mission, we
you
have to
know,
be strong. Our mission is more important
yep,
than the challenges that we're going to face.
exactly.
You know,
So
it just takes a
it's all
lot of,
around.
yeah. You just got to be courageous. You got to have faith,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
Trust in the Lord. You know,
You have to be strong-willed. You can't be weak. You know, that's
all
the
I can
tough part
say
about
is
it.
I did enough stupid bad things when I was younger. I need to make up for it. Not that I have to. God doesn't expect it. He's already forgiven us 100% because he died on the cross for that. Now
Right.
he sees us as completely forgiven, but I do it because I love him.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
And it feels good to help somebody out.
100%.
It's one thing to, like, my mindset on it is, first, I need to make sure that I'm good. I need to make sure that Sebastian is taken care of, and that Sebastian has a home, and that Sebastian can eat and do that stuff.
Yeah,
And
your basic
then
necessities.
my basic necessities,
Yeah.
that's my God-given right, you know, like
Yeah.
I have, it's like my free will, you know.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then he provides more for me,
Yeah,
and in turn
surplus.
I can help people out. He gives
Yep.
me a little bit more that I can
Yep.
take care of my stuff and then help people out. So you don't have to just damage yourself by helping others, because that's also a
And you
costly
shouldn't,
trait
because you got to be a good
for
steward of
yourself.
what you're given.
Exactly. And
You're
by
no
being a
good if
good
you're
steward,
living in poverty.
yeah. So I love that you said that, being a good steward of what you're given, because he gives you
Yeah.
enough to cover what you need to,
Yeah.
and then you
And
can,
then
even
some.
if you budget right, you can
Right.
help other people out.
He
So,
says that if you're tapped into him, if you're plugged into him, that
yep,
your cup will overfloweth.
that's right.
The
That's
Bible
right.
says that your cup will overfloweth. What does that mean? I got more water than I can drink. I'm sharing
And you
my
can,
water with everyone around me. That's what it means.
there's exactly,
Yep,
exactly. I love it. All right, we
absolutely.
have. Let me see here.
The entrepreneurial
Our
tip of the
key
day.
prayer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, key
Go.
prayer, and then we'll go into that. Yeah. So we have, Father, when I encounter obstacles and difficulties in serving you, I I already like this because we're talking about this with work, with our other stuff, like with the mental tip of the day. And
Uh-huh.
it's like when you're encountering hard time. So Father, when I encounter obstacles and difficulties in serving you, help me to remember that service for you has eternal value. So it I love
There you
how it all
go.
connects together.
It
It's
does.
just like when you're, it's almost like work. Like, it's not eternal, no, but the reward for it, when you have a job for a long time
Mhm.
and you want to go apply, like we want to go and flip houses and stuff like that. They want really good credit and they want good work history, and
Yep.
show that you're good with your finances, that you're reliable as a person. And
Yes.
if you're reliable to your company first, and you're with
Yes.
them for several years and you're making good money, and then you have good credit, and now maybe I have $10,000 to $20,000 in savings, and I
Yep.
ask them, the bank, hey, I want you to help me out. I want to get this property. I'm gonna fix it up. I'll do everything, and I'm gonna sell it. And so, having all that stuff, they're gonna look at me like a great candidate. Oh, you're,
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah.
gonna
Because
be
when
good.
you're
They'll help you
practicing
do
good
this.
stewardship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's like that verse can also apply to that, because yeah,
Yeah.
the work, you might not be working for eternity. You're gonna die at one point. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
Yep.
gonna help you out in the next 10, 20 years or whatever.
100%. Yep.
I
Yep.
like it. That it ties in well with the mental tip.
Yeah, I think that prayer is
I love it.
applicable for our life here and then our future life as well. That, like, absolutely, we go through our struggles. Be
Exactly.
with me, help me with my struggles now. I know that
Yep.
that what I'm going through is going to strengthen me and make me better for tomorrow and for eternity as well. So, because we
Yeah.
have two jobs, right? We got to serve our mankind
Yep.
here, like our fellow man, while we're on earth,
Hmm.
and we have to do things to prepare the way for our future life in heaven, which is
Exactly.
which is the end game, which is like, keep the end in mind, right?
Yep.
So like we
Yeah.
always have to do both, be both minded. Like you got to keep
Yeah.
one foot in heaven and one foot on earth. You got to keep both
It's
and
like
maintain balance.
having, like, remembering your goal while you're going through the journey. Like, remember
Mm-hmm.
the destination as you're in the journey.
Yep. Yep. And
Enjoy the
always,
journey, but also don't forget about where you're trying to get to. What's your goal at the end of the
yep.
day?
And remember that
So,
He has your back. That
exactly.
God's got our
Yeah.
back while we're going through all these challenges. And other Christians, man,
Well,
like we need to
yeah.
lean on each other. Like, you and I, we strengthen each other through these conversations.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
we go through it, we break it down, we
Yep.
analyze it, we apply it. And so like what
Yeah.
we're doing is communion with two
Yeah.
Christians, which is fantastic because the Bible says when two or more are gathered together in my name, I am with you. So
Yes.
we already carry the Holy Spirit inside of us. God lives inside of us because we've accepted God as our Savior. So He's the
Yeah.
Holy Spirit, which is one form of God, lives inside of us and guides us every day. But then when we're
Yep.
together, when you're with other Christians, His presence is even stronger. It's like getting on. It's like may have two bars on Wi-Fi, but then when you get with other Christians, your bars goes up, right? You have a full signal. You're on like 5
Exactly.
bars. You're all set.
Yep.
What I mean? That's what it's like when you go to
Yeah.
church too. By the way, you can feel the Holy Spirit moving inside of the church, and you get
Yep.
tingles. You get like these feelings that is you can't express otherwise than being in those situations. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep. You hit the nail on the head with that one. It's a different experience. It's a different
Yeah,
feeling. You
and
definitely
we
feel
need
the
it to
signal being
encourage
boosted.
for encouragement, for
Yeah.
right, to lift our spirits up when
Exactly.
we're down. That's a great way to
Yeah,
fix
because
it, fix the problem.
yes,
You
you might
know?
be somebody that's helping others, but
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
you can connect
Or
with
like when
someone
you've
else,
gone
and
to
then you
do
can get
public
fired up.
service, right?
Yeah.
Like that makes you
Yep.
feel better when you do it, right? You may be feeling depressed, but when you go and you serve other people who are in worse shape, it gives you some new perspective.
It definitely does. I experienced that before when I was
Yeah,
around
here in
tour a lot,
Jacksonville,
you
right?
know? That's right. Yeah, you see those different situations and then you look at your current situation and with a different light, you're like, okay, I thought it was pretty crappy, but it turns out it could be a whole lot worse, you know?
Yeah,
So it's like the stuff that I was complaining about before, I'm like, damn,
yeah,
uh now I feel like an a-hole for for like for feeling that way. Like
right.
it makes you feel terrible. You're like,
Yeah,
damn,
selfish.
the stuff yeah, it's selfish. The
Yeah,
things that we complain
unappreciative.
about, it, somebody would
Yeah,
they
yeah,
would pray to live in our current situation.
yeah. Like
They
these
would
things.
trade
Like, are
everything
you?
to live in our
Am
current
I joking
situation.
here? Like, who am I kidding?
Yeah,
Like, I got it made
yeah,
compared to these other people, man.
exactly.
You
So
know?
it gives you more appreciation, and then you feel good that you gave back. You did something for someone, and when you see how it affects them, it's great. You made an impact, and that's what
100%.
I think that's what we're here to do. Like
We
we
are.
have to make an impact in some way, and that's why we're all special.
Yeah, we are.
Somebody might make an impact with music. Someone might make an impact with real estate. Somebody might make an impact with comedy, and then it's like people
Yeah,
have a bad day. They can go and watch their favorite comedian, and then now they're having a good night. Because like they were
right.
able to laugh and share a good experience, and now
Yeah,
they're smiling. Now their whole energy has shifted. You're in that dark place, and then all of a sudden you're laughing. You're having a great time. Now you're in a positive space, mental headspace.
that's a
So
really good example that you gave because comedy happens to be. They say levity is the best medicine for any ailment,
yeah,
and I
that's
think
right.
that's true because when you lift up your spirits, psychosomatic,
Yeah,
you heal your body at the same time.
it's so beneficial. So we all
All
have
right,
some type of
so I'm going
impact
to
to
move
make.
on to the entrefluential tip of the day because we are running
Yeah,
long here.
I
I think we're
know.
at 1 hour right now.
We are.
Yeah.
We're
So, but don't worry,
yeah,
I'll be brief with this one. Okay.
yeah.
I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm having a great time. It's fun. It's always fun.
Yeah. Right. I agree
Yeah.
100%. All right. So this one is today. We're going to go over the 300. What is 360-degree marketing? A
Mm,
360-degree marketing strategy is a comprehensive approach that covers all of the channels and touch points that your target audience interacts with. It
yeah.
includes both traditional and digital marketing methods, such as social media, email
Yep.
marketing, content marketing, paid advertising, public relations, attending events, and more. A 360-degree marketing plan is about broadcasting a cohesive message. It requires thoughtful placement for your message, refined to I can't read my own writing here. To cater to the to the unique audience of each channel, but ultimately driving that single unified message. The goal is to give your ideal client avatar the illusion that your brand is everywhere.
Mm,
Step one is to check your data to select your channels. Where do your ideal client avatars hang out? Are they on Facebook? Are they on YouTube? Are they on Instagram? What are your what is your audience saying about your brand? What common interests do your ideal client avatars share? Like, do they like jazz, for instance?
right.
How does your brand play an active role in their lives? So, like, is your brand sponsoring a golf tournament? Right? If they're
Mm,
golfers and your brand sponsoring, then you're playing an active role in their life when they go to that tournament, right?
that's right.
Step two, huh?
Yeah, I was agreeing. Yeah.
Step two is select the most relevant mediums, and then you measure your return on ad sales. Step three is to design phase one, phase two, and phase three of a marketing campaign. And then step four is how will this feed into your core everyday branding? Here are some different examples of 360-degree marketing to reach your ideal client avatar. You can advertise on video, like on YouTube. You could put content. You could do content creation, such as creating graphics with Canva, and you could disperse those graphics, that graphic design, on social media and in your emails and on direct mail campaigns, because you can create postcards with the same branding and do a direct mail postcard campaign. You can also pay for billboard signs. You could buy bus
Yeah.
stop signs. You know how they have the backboard of the bus stop?
Yep.
Those are great
Yeah.
places to advertise. So now you're using a hybrid of offline and online marketing. You can advertise in magazines that your ideal client reads, like if they're
Yep.
fitness magazines, right? Or Better Homes and Gardens, if they're into like interior design, architectural design would be a good magazine for them to advertise in. And then you have social events, right? You could attend social events that your audience attends, and then maybe be a sponsor, like we said, like for a golf tournament. That's a social event kind of. Or it could be like a music, or you could also do arts and crafts festivals. I like that idea. And you could pass out
like that.
branding bags with Goodwill products inside of it, like a wine key with your brand logo on it would be pretty cool. Or wine or water bottles, right? If you're into the fitness space.
You can put it right on the water bottle.
You can.
Put your logo right there. Put your brand.
Absolutely. There's so many different ways to brand yourself and just share that with Art Walk is another place you could advertise, right? So
those goodie bag ideas are fantastic, because then it's giving them something to remember. It's not just like they saw it while they were over there. They saw the signs. Like, no, now they have something that they're physically taking home with them. Maybe it's a lanyard or something, and then now they're going to be thinking about you past that point.
And the thing is, like those types of products have longevity, right? So like when I was doing an internship in law school, I went to the Three Rivers Legal Clinic and interned there for spring break, and they gave me this coffee mug, and I still have it, right? And that brand is still advertising, right? All these years later. That was like 2016. That was forever ago. And so some things like this, they stick around. And so it's way better than a business card, right?
Yep.
Or here's another item that I really like a lot. Pens, right? This one says JetBlue. Like these kind of things have longevity, you know?
Yep.
And then here's another one. I really love this one. This one was from an appraisal company called Appraisal Associates of Dade, which was my competitor back in the day because I was Appraisal South.
Wow.
But it's a staple remover.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and I've had this forever.
Useful.
Gosh, I've had this for over 20 years.
You can always use. Yeah. It's something like that. It's not going to get thrown away, you know.
Yeah.
Or a coffee mug is something that you can always use it.
Yep. So here's the second page of my notes, and I'm gonna wrap this. We'll wrap this section up. Isn't it pretty cool though? Like omnipresent marketing.
Yeah.
Like what a great way to amplify your message, right?
It's a great concept. Exactly.
All right. So here are a few other different types of ways that you can communicate your message. And by the way, the whole purpose of 360-degree marketing is it's a inbound form of marketing. Rather than doing outbound marketing where you're like calling people up on the telephone, like calling, or like you're disrupting people's day, right? Like why are you calling me right now? I don't want to talk to you, right? I didn't ask you to call me right now.
They're not expecting it.
When the client picks up the phone and calls you, they want to talk to you. They're thinking about your service or your product, right? And that's what you want. Yep. It's so much easier to make a sell when they are interested and they're picking up the phone to call you to buy what you're offering. Okay, that's the whole purpose of this inbound marketing. And the way that you do that, you go through what's called the brand ramp or the 4 key objectives, which are awareness. So brand ramp stands for recognize, articulate, memorize, and prefer. But essentially these 4 things here, these 4 key objectives fall into the same categories of ramp. And that's awareness, like recognize is awareness, which means to make yourself known to them so they know who you are. Lead generation means to attract the prospects to you. Conversion means you're going to convert them into customers, right? Get them from being people who know who you are to people who are buying your product or service. And then loyalty is retention. Loyalty is about having them prefer you over your competitors. So like if they want to buy real estate, they're going to call Coleman Tanner Realty. They're not going to call my competitors like Century 21 or whoever else, right? So that's maintaining relationships so that you can have ongoing business with those customers. And so lastly, here are some more channels that I didn't mention. You could advertise in a newsletter. You could create a blog where you're constantly creating content and sharing with them on a weekly basis, like we do with the Entrefluence
Yep.
Life. You have online publicity, which could be influencers. We talked about OPP, other people's platforms.
Other people's platforms. Yep.
Yep. And then using programs like Promulta, like how we push our YouTube videos through.
Yeah.
That gets a lot of reach when we do that. And then social media, you have just awareness campaigns and lead generation campaigns. Then television, you can still advertise on the traditional media forms like television and radio, which are less popular these days, but they're still useful for certain demographics. Like senior citizens are much more inclined to be watching regular television or radio, listening to regular radio stations, as opposed to the young generation, which you're better off advertising on like Pandora or Spotify, right?
Exactly.
Or like on Hulu or something, you know? Yeah. And then you have press releases, which you can still issue, or you can hire a PR firm to issue press releases for you. And then you can do street marketing. You know, that's guerrilla marketing is still effective. And you can do things to what I call shock and awe your audience by doing some crazy things, like some wild things, by like having a troupe of dancers all wearing your company branded shirt.
Yeah.
Do one of those what do you call it? Like pop-up dance things. They just pop out of nowhere and start doing a dance routine.
Exactly. Yep.
You know?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's something unique too that people, they're like, if it's in a busy spot, they're gonna. It's something that's more memorable, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on over here? And then
like those K-pop bands are doing.
K-pop, yeah.
K-pop, yeah. I said K-pop.
K-pop. Oh man.
I'm almost with it.
Yeah, it's effective, you know.
Right? I would totally hire a K-pop band to do a TV commercial for our company. You know?
Yeah, all of their fan base is gonna see it, so it's it's
exposure.
Just like other people's platforms,
and it's different, you know.
Exactly.
Right? Like, I could see that. I could definitely see doing that. Okay. Anyway, so I just thought, and then the thing is, like, you can utilize these influencers if you're targeting their same audience, and you have a product or a service that would benefit that audience. Then it makes sense to hire them to be your influencer PR person, you know, your spokesperson for their channel, because it'll help you cross-pollinate your brands so you can share the audiences.
Yeah, if it's something that they want to use, and then you're using a person that they like, using that band that they love, and then all of a sudden,
like personal fitness, like anything that has to do with health and wellness can cross any platform. I don't care how old, young, or how old you are. Health and wellness are important to everyone because it's about surviving and thriving, which are one of the 2 key motivators that influence anybody to buy anything. Those are the 2 main motivators right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So like you can have any of those K-pop people, like, you know,
ages.
Drink my purified water, right?
Right.
It'll fit.
Excuse me.
All right.
No digestion today.
That's from,
I don't know what's going on.
That was from your lunch coming back up.
I know, it's coming up. We're scarfing it down, trying to get ready for the show.
Right? You got a little gas in there.
Yep.
Hey, so that's it, man. We wrapped up for the day. We've covered all the bases. This was fun, Sebastian.
It was really fun. I like the 360 marketing at the end. Like, I think it's great because then you get more creative with the ideas that you want to advertise with. It's like, okay, I can use these, but I could broaden my reach of who I'm reaching. Like all the people that you want to reach, you're going to make that more likely to happen when you expand to 360 marketing.
100%.
I thought it was great. I think that's very useful for like any business, big businesses or small. You're going to get more customers by doing this. So you're going to reach more people.
Obviously, small businesses don't have the budget that big companies do, but you can still you can still launch out 300 elements of 360-degree marketing, and as your company grows, you can add more channels inside of your 360-degree marketing plan.
Exactly.
Progressively, you just build it out as you go along, right? But you got to make sure that, like, if you're applying any type of marketing, it's got to return. It has to have a return on the investment. And so like
Yeah.
if you invest in this channel and it's doing well, then and you got surplus funds. Now you can experiment with this next channel and see if that works. And if it has a positive return, then you add another one and so on and so forth. And if you come across something that doesn't work, then just pull back your money and don't respend it on that section. Choose a different medium, because there's a whole bunch of mediums out there. You just have to pick and choose. It's trial and error. Like you can advertise on the back of a Winn-Dixie or a Publix grocery receipt. They print out these long receipts now, man, and they got advertisements on the back of them.
I know.
Is it effective? I don't know. I throw those things away. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
unless
look
it's
at
a business expense, I'm not keeping the receipt. I got plenty of business receipts here, but these are because they're business expenses. I'm going to write them off my taxes. I'm not reading the back of them, but somebody might. And so if you're getting a return on it, then keep spending money. If it's not, put your money on the bus stop.
Exactly. You got to see what's working and what's not working.
Exactly.
You can only do that by experience, by actually doing it. So
you
try them all out. Yeah. And then when you find the ones that are working for you, then you just
double down
a lot more money into it. You double down on it. Exactly.
Yep. Skill.
So that was great. I think that was very insightful. I thought it was really good.
Before you go, something came to mind twice already during our conversation, and I just want to tell you about it because I thought it was so fascinating. In my whole life, I've never heard this strategy before, and it really blew me away. And this guy recommends, his name is Donald Miller, he recommends that you open up 5 bank accounts for your business.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I haven't read why yet. I'm reading this book. And, man, I was attacking it since 3 a.m. until 1 p.m. today. I was attacking this book. I'm so excited.
Wow.
I got 3 of his books to read. And I'm just like, you know how I am. Like when I start diving, I go all in, I dive into it, and I like just just sucking up all that information as much as possible. So I'm killing it with notes. Anyways, I thought that was shocking to me. Like, wow. 5 bank accounts. I've never heard anybody doing that before. And so I can't wait to tell you why. I'll find out and I'll report back to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious.
I think that's really neat, man, for managing your business. I think that's really, I'm really excited to find out why.
Cool. I've never heard of that before, so I'm interested to see.
Yeah, we'll come back next week.
Yep.
Put a plug in for next week. I'm putting a plug into with my co-host.
That's right. You make me want to show up.
That's awesome, man.
So, that was fun.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thank you so much, everybody, for. Oh, well, you close us out. That's your job to close us out.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Whether it's today, tomorrow, or next week, whenever it is. We appreciate you guys checking us out and staying with the podcast, seeing what's going on. We're on episode 61. I can't believe how fast it's moving by, especially with everything that's happened with the show. Like stopping, starting it up again. It's crazy. It still feels like it's going by really quick. I can't believe we just wrapped up episode 61. Soon we'll be at 100, So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're looking
forward I hope we get to 500. I mean, why not?
I know. We'll see. Like, it's going to be cool to watch the advancements. So
nice absolutely, especially when we can get a studio and do our pre-recordings like seasonally, because that's like my vision is for us to have a recording studio. We go in and we film like all of our episodes for a whole season, and then we come back in like another quarter or half a year to do to do the whole season at one time, right? We may spend a week or 2 at the studio shooting all of our episodes for like a 13, like maybe, I don't even know how long, maybe like a 15 season episode. I mean, a 15 episode season. Yeah. Right. We film it all at one block, spend 2 weeks at the studios, and then that's done. We're done until we come back to shoot again. Yeah,
that's going to be great. At that point, the production will have a big difference too, because then we'll be able to edit the videos and
we'll look back at these and be like, wow, I can't believe it was so bad back then, but we're enjoying it. We're so much better than we were when we first started 60 episodes
ago. So that's right.
It'll be fun to look and see how we grow as we move along.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Me too.
It's going to be great. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. There's a lot of ideas that we want to get in place. So it's just taking time But
Stay
when we get there,
tuned.
it'll be super cool. Stay tuned. Like I am number 4.
By the way,
You know?
speaking of I am number 4, not that this one has anything to do with I am number 4, but just the fact that we have these film references, these movie references. The other
Yeah.
day, I don't know why, but the Wizards of Waverly Place came in mind.
No way. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that the other day too.
Were you? The
Like a
Wizards
week
of
ago.
Waverly. I'm like, dude, we need to get those DVDs, man. Like, they need. There's got to be
I
a set we could
know.
buy.
I used to love that show, man.
I did too, man. It was freaking great.
You know, Michaela was showing me some Harry Potter stuff, like these videos, like TikTok or whatever, had some Harry Potter themed videos, and I was like, okay, it's time to start the whole series
HP.
over again.
Oh
The Harry
wow.
Potter, yeah. I was like,
Oh, I
okay,
love it.
it's time for Chamber of Secrets and
I'm
Sorcerer's Stone. Oh man, I'm ready.
man. I feel the same thing too. Like I was tempted to watch the first one, the first HP movie, a couple days ago.
Sorcerer's Stone.
I love it, man. I mean, those things just never get old to me, you know.
I love those movies. Oh man.
Me too.
I'm
I can't wait to
excited.
go back.
Watch
I mean,
those.
you were like 5 years old when we went to Universal Studios. We are way overdue to go back.
I think. Well, we've gone one more time past that. We went to
You did. I didn't.
World of Harry Potter. Oh, that's right. You weren't there with us?
I don't think so. I only remember
No,
going there when you were like 5.
There. Wow. I think you were with us because we got the butterbeer and then we rode the train. Remember we rode the train after we had our butterbeers in the train on the Hogwarts
I never
Express?
rode the train.
I think
The train wasn't working when I went.
Really?
Yeah, they only had the front of the train as a like you could take a picture in front of it and that was it.
No, I think that we did a train ride.
Oh. Not that train.
Yeah.
Not
we did.
Not the Harry Potter train where like I heard like
else.
you could see them walking past your caboose.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
No.
I didn't do that.
It's been a long time. We need to go back.
Yeah, absolutely. And
means.
go see Star Wars.
Oh, yes.
I haven't seen that yet either, man. I mean, that's a big deal for us.
We were talking about that like
go shoot an episode
a year ago or 2
we need
years
to go
ago,
do
in the Millennium Falcon.
Somebody please invite us to your park so we can do an episode live.
Yeah.
It'll be good publicity for both of us. Talk about OPP.
Yep.
I need to talk to somebody in corporate. Let's go.
Yeah, we need to make that happen.
Right? That'd be awesome.
Like the cabins
one day we might get that invite. That'd be awesome.
That would be amazing.
I want to go to Walt Disney's private club. You know, he's got a private club.
Really?
Like a hidden club, studio, something, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Get invited to a private club and go do an episode over there.
That would be neat. Oh,
yeah,
like that
would be fun.
Yeah,
all right. Well, go ahead and finish wrapping us up. I'm sorry, I digress.
No, it's okay. Now I've been wanting to go to like Disney World, Universal Studios I've been talking about this for the past 6 months. So
oh wow,
I'm like I love talking.
You got the itch.
Wanting to go. I'm itching to go on a roller coaster, man. I want to so bad. Anyways, thank you guys for watching and tuning in, and we'll see you guys again next Sunday, roughly maybe around the same time. We'll see what happens. But you guys will be able to tune in whenever is comfortable for you guys. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next Sunday, and go out
there and amplify your message. Take care. God bless you all. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, you guys.